Kenyatta said, that is a very good question.
Did she answer it?
She did. She answered it. He said, well, my people just love me. I'm an ordinary person. I go to them. We talk. I don't live in an ivory tower.
Wow.
I'm one of them.
Wow. Fantastic. Oliver, you know, tweets are coming in so thick, so fast. I've got to read a couple, okay, as we go on.
Okay.
Nick says, I never got a chance to watch Oliver Litondoa, but I can relate to the show. Truly inspiring. Silas Kwardi says Oliver Litondoa is a true icon in the arts industry, feeling inspired. Fintan Ndinya says this man is a real star, calm, cool, collected. I'm enjoying it. And then Jack Odongo, do you remember Jack Odongo?
Yes.
He used to be with African Heritage?
Yes.
Jack says,
I know Jack.
Hey,
yeah, where is he?
I used to call him Uncle Oliver.
That's right. Where's Jack?
Jack is around.
Oh, Jack.
Still doing music, production, the whole thing.
Yeah, he was you know, his father was my teacher at Kakamega High School.
Is that
Otieno.
right?
Yeah.
Really?
He used to call us Bushmen. he taught us biology, and of course he knew who the Bushman, who is not the Bushman biologically. So he would say, you Bushman, you don't know what you're talking about.
Someone here is asking, does Oliver recall working at National Theatre and VOK with my late father, Muhammad Ali Kimojino?
Kimojino? Yeah, I remember the name Kimojino, but I can't remember the face.
Okay.
But I remember the name.
All right, there's your answer. They're all calling in, man. They're all watching you.
Fabulous.
They're all watching you.
Thank you very much, folks, Kenyans. We are there. We are going, and we must keep going.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Let's come back to Mzee Kenyatta.
Yes.
So he says that's a very good question.
Yes.
Afterwards, was there any?
Afterwards, everybody said, they're going back to their notes. What can I ask? You know, of course, VOK and the newspapers, but it was VOK the only
correct broadcaster.
Broadcaster.
Yes.
But the others, you know, there was a tendency for the print media guys to be shy, to not want to ask questions. But you know, I was a young, brave, very energetic,
fearless,
and I said, let me be detained if I have to be, but I'll ask this one. But I was glad that Mzee enjoyed it.
He enjoyed the question.
Yes, and it was something that had bothered me a lot, because Indira Gandhi, a fabulous woman, she used to stand with these other men politicians, and she always won the elections. So it intrigued me, how does she do it? How does she beat all these men?
Did you enjoy VOK, Oliver?
I did enjoy. I'll tell you why.
Why? By the way, I'm sorry to interrupt. Did you study broadcast journalism?
I did.
That's what you studied in America?
Yes, in America.
Okay. So
and you know, in America, the liberal arts degree, you do other things, but you zero into something else. And then from there, of course, I went to Stockholm University and furthered my studies of journalism.
Brilliant. So VOK.
So VOK, I enjoyed it because when I came back, I was young, I was anxious, I was, you know, I wanted to do journalism. I wanted to broadcast. So when they gave me a chance and I went on air, everybody loved it.
Did they?
Everybody loved it.
And by the way, were you there at the same time as, you know, the greats that we grew up with? Oscar Buter, Sammy Louis, Norbert Okare.
Exactly, Samuel Sore. And Salim, the tall guy from the coast.
Yes,
you know.
You were with all those guys?
Yes, they were all there. In fact, Oscar is a very close friend of mine. We talk, since I came back here, we've been talking. His wife went through an operation the other day. He called me, he said, we are at a hospital in Kabete, and she came out well.
She's okay, wonderful.
So we are still in touch.
Oscar's a great guy.
You know, Norbert Okare used to read news, and you know, because of those lights, Norbert Okare had a tendency to break into streams of sweat. And then he would pull his handkerchief, a sheet like handkerchief. And you know, you're reading the news, you can't say, camera, go to so and so, so to let him wipe.
It's on you.
So he would just mop his on air.
Was there makeup those days?
But no makeup. No makeup.
So you just sweat
you
like
just
a pig.
sweat like a pig. Nobody there to come and wipe you, you know. And the lights.
Yes.
I remember an English guy who used to do the lights. He would go in like 2 hours before the station opens. And he would go around with those huge lights with a long pole looking, sort of switching this and moving
and adjusting
this
that.
and adjusting that.
Yes.
And then they would be put on. Wow! you are on the set. Before you even start talking, the sweat just breaks up. What do I do? And no makeup.
No makeup.
It was fun because we had, you know, the English technicians from BBC were sort of training the VOK staff how to run the station, how to light, how to move the cameras and the
big
production. The big cameras. I don't know where they are. They should be in some kind of museum.
Some museum, exactly.
Yes,
that's what they should do.
Yes.
Do you remember ever doing a controversial newscast? Were you ever called in for?
Well, not at VOK.
Okay.
But at KTN. At KTN.
Yeah.
The day that Kibaki announced that he had formed his own party, the DP. They went on a retreat. I remember him and Mohoho and I don't know, Karume. And they were
John
in Mombasa.
Keane.
Exactly. Yeah. They were in Mombasa. So I was on the desk with Rose Lucalo. And it was a Sunday. So we are waiting for what is breaking Sunday at 1 o'clock. We want to be on the air and we have to be ahead of other people. What is there? And lo and behold, God sends Kibaki to call us. He says, I'm calling from Mombasa just to tell you that I have broken away from KANU and I have formed my Democratic Party. We said, yes.
This is the story.
So I told Rose, write the story. 1 o'clock is coming. This is our breaking news. So she did, and we did that. We got some, you know, some TV cards of you know, Kibaki, because they were there. We couldn't get a live thing.
Correct.
So we put on his picture and Moi side by side. Whoa!
Wow.
The news went on at 1. And like 15 minutes later, we get a call from Kangwana, who is in the chairman.
Yes.
Jared Kangwana.
Jared, yes.
He said, Oliver, and are you in the studio? I said, yes, I'm coming over. Just wait there. So he came and he said, you just put on a story. The president is not amused. I said, what did we do? You've told people that his vice president or whoever has broken away from him. I said, but that was a story. That was news. That was, So we kept quiet. The following day, Monday, the whole staff was summoned to State House.
No.
Yes.
You included?
Me included. Rose included. Everybody in the newsroom.
Yeah.
Hamani Kambi was our boss. So we go and we sit there, sort of trembling. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? You know. And Kangwana sits there. The president comes in. He sits there. And he looks around. Kangwana starts introducing each one of us. And when he got to me, he said, this is Mr. I said, mimi najua huyu. I said, me?
I'm in trouble now.
I'm in trouble now. So everybody was it. Then the president started talking. He said, do you know that I can sack everybody here? You'll go home. That station is partly mine.
He told you this?
Yes. But mnajua mimi si mtu mbaya sana. Najua nyinyi mna watoto na mna mafamilia. Siwezi kuwafukuza. Lakini nataka mjue kwamba station hiyo si kamwe uhuru. Yes, so we kind of, we have got off the hook.
Yeah.
So Jared said, oh, thank you, sir. We couldn't say thank you, of course. So Jared, our chairman, had to thank him, and very, in a humane manner.
Yes.
So from there on, we kind of started towing the line.
The line.
Yes, now we know where.
Wow.
So, and actually, Rose was sacked. In fact, Rose was sacked. Rose Okala was sacked. And what made me kind of look back after the President Kibaki came into power, I started thinking about that story and reflecting that Rose had been sacked because of having written the story about him. And I said, now that he's in power, can't he remember
that story?
That story.
Because
and
he
say,
called in.
Yes.
He's the one who called in.
Can he say, Rose, where are you?
Yeah, where are you now?
Come and do something here, But up to now, Rose is on her own. She started an NGO, and she's doing well. But those were, we thought we were free.
Yes.
We thought KTN had broken the
mold.
That mold, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow.
But
great story, though.
But
great story.
We had to kind of start putting brakes on some stories and say, no, don't go so boldly. But,
those were the early days.
Those were the
When
early
you see
days.
KTN now, what do you think? And the other stations, for that matter.
Yeah, well, I think that the other stations, to begin with, I was at KBC yesterday. I just went there to say hello to some of the people who were there in those days are still there.
They're still there?
Yes.
The dinosaurs?
Yes, they're still there. So I was talking to one of the I think it's a manager, production manager. And I was saying, I've looked at KBC, and we go way back in 1960s, 70s. It has come a long way. You're doing well. You're doing better than I thought. And I said, this is the mother of all the stations in Kenya, which is true. If you go to KTN, go to NTV, go to Citizen, some of the people who worked at KBC, then VOK, are the ones who came.
Especially
they may have retired.
Yes.
The technical, the cameramen, the transmission people. Those people came from, and Herman poached most of us from VOK and put them in KTN. And then KTN started now being the depository for others like Citizen and KTN. Now, looking at KTN today, I see a lot of improvement. I see a lot of content, news content, feature stories, which we didn't have. Like you would broadcast up to midnight.
Yes.
Then from midnight, you CNN.
You switch to CNN.
And, because CNN were our sister, we were their sister broadcast station. Yes. And so you switch to CNN. But now you can continue watching KTN, and you have programs that are in-house, produced in-house, and it's doing, and then the local content is something that must be loaded.
Absolutely.
It is something that we didn't have, the local content, and we were sourcing stories from other media, the press, APS or
AFP,
and Reuters and so
APTN.
on. Exactly.
And we have some brave journalists, the likes of Muhammad Ali, John Alenamo, Dennis Onsarigo.
Precisely.
We've got some superstars.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So it's come a long way, and it's doing very well.
Thank you.
I'm very impressed. I was there talking with Joe Ageo some time back.
Yes.
And
Joe Dindo?
Yes. And to walk through those corridors, we were in Nyayo House on 20th floor.
Correct.
And above us, who was there?
The NIS or CID, whatever, those bad people.
Yes. Special branch. The special branch.
That's what I meant.
And on the 20th floor, 21st was Biwot's office. So, you know, you got... Twice I was called in with special branch upstairs on the 24th, 25th floor about a story we had covered. They hadn't got it, so they wanted to poach it from me.
Right.
So, what did you see? Who was there? And what did they say? And that was when Matiba started being naughty, in quotation, naughty. And he would call us and would sneak into Lillian Towers on the 5th floor.
Right.
And he had a room there, and he would tell us, this is what I'm going to do. And the special branch boys didn't know.
They had no idea.
So they would wait for us outside Nyayo House. And when we come, they grab you.
Twende juu.
What have I done? Goja. You go, you know. Hakuna mbaya, lakini mulikuwa na Matiba alikuwa anasema nini? I said, no, this is my story. I'm not giving you nothing. An American will say, I'm not giving you nothing.
We've come a long way, huh? We've come a long way.
A long way.
I mean, even when now the CS for Interior, Major General Nkaiseri, when he says journalists will be arrested, we go up in arms.
We go.
Up in arms.
Exactly.
We can talk back.
You know, today, this thing about the freedom of speech, the freedom of the press, it's not Kenya alone.
No.
It is an international norm.
Absolutely.
It's an international. So when you start picking on a Kenyan journalist, you know you are picking on the international journalism.
There you go.
Yes.
Don't mess with us.
Don't mess with us.
Oliver, I'm going to take a break, come back, and get some advice for young people right now. Okay. Young people who want to be you when they grow up. I mean, you speak such good English, man. I mean, was this Kakamega High or was this...
You know, Jeff...
Oh, hold on. That's all.
When we come back.
How would you go on a break on VOK? How would you go on a break? How would you do it? Look at that camera. Just let's take a break, Oliver. Go on.
Breaking in?
Yeah, no, you're taking a break. You're going into commercial.
Okay.
How would you do it?
How would I do it?
Yes.
Okay. How did we do it? Okay. You know, there was no commercial. No commercial. By the way, no commercial.
What do you mean?
No. You put a commercial in news, you're going home. See, I can't even remember. You know, when you told me, I said, what did was there a commercial?
Yeah.
No commercial. Half an hour straight news.
So if you're sweating, that's why Norbert used to wipe himself.
Yes.
Because
and the poor Norbert also had a tendency to break into a cough.
Oh Lord.
In the middle of the news, you know.
Yeah, he's just coughing.
And he would just go.
I think I remember a couple of those coughs.
Yes. And he would say, excuse me.
Oliver. In the digital era, we have to take a break.
Digital. Okay.
What a superstar. What a legend. This man. Wow. You need to take some points. Those of you who want to be journalism students in the future, here's a man to look at. Also actors. This man has been to Hollywood and back. He called Sidney Poitier every single day or every other day. Wow. He's come a long way, as they say. Ametoka mbali. Nana enda mbali. Keep tweeting at Oliver Litondo, at Koinange Jeff. The hashtag Oliver Litondo. JKL takes a break. We'll be back in a moment. Not like VOK. In a moment.